Hi everyone, welcome to the Weight Watchers Clinic orientation. So what we're going to do today is go over all the resources that are available to you on the nutrition and fitness side of things. And just quick call outs before we get going. You can find us on all social media channels under the Weight Watchers handle. So on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And we will give you some recommendations for future groups that you're going to want to join. So that's just going to be on your group events tab. We have seminar groups and we have support groups. Seminar groups are more informational, and support groups you'll get more of a chance to interact with other members, fitness coaches, and then also dietitians. And if you have any questions regarding your pharmacy issues, whether that's insurance or shortages, you're just going to want to message your care team for this. And if you're having any issues with your app, you're going to want to call 800-651-6000. And we will be covering all the things that are related to fitness and nutrition today. So I'm Justin. I'm the fitness lead here at Weight Watchers Clinic, and I've been here for 2 years. And before that, I was working as a postdoc researcher at Brandeis University, which is just outside of Boston in Waltham. And before that, I completed my PhD in exercise and health sciences at UMass Boston. And I'm looking forward to being able to provide you all with the resources that you need to be successful and consistent with exercise. And I still do live in Boston, Massachusetts with my fiance, Ashley, and my dog, Scout.
All right, I'm Lillian and I lead the team of registered dietitians here. I myself am also a registered dietitian and I have about a decade of experience working as one in the field. And my philosophy and approach to nutrition is that good nutrition needs to be simple, realistic, and fit into your lifestyle because everyone truly does deserve to enjoy a healthier and long-lasting life. So some of the aspects of this I bring to the Weight Watchers Clinic program is just trying to make good nutrition easier and more accessible for you all. Right, so welcome to Weight Watchers Clinic. This is a comprehensive weight management program. We're combining anti-obesity medications with the lifestyle changes that you're going to need to help you achieve weight loss in a healthy and also very sustainable way. And the 3 pillars that make up our program are clinical, nutrition, and fitness. So your clinic membership includes a lot of different tools that you might need on your weight health journey. And that is including number 1, medication management from your clinician who oversees your care, insurance coordination so we can help you maximize your coverage for the medication, complimentary Weight Watchers Core program to help you build those habits and work with something day to day right at your fingertips. You have access to registered dietitians and fitness coaches always, so access to experts to ask any questions that you might have. We have group events like support groups, but also educational workshops that are really great. We have content for you, tons of content for you to peruse on your own in your own time. And then, of course, you have a dedicated care team that is there to support you every step of the way. All right, so this slide goes over how to access clinic and all of those things in your program. So we recommend that you go through your Weight Watchers app. And you should have received an email with a unique link to download the Weight Watchers app and access your free membership. That email was sent right after you signed up for a clinician consultation. So from there, once you go into the app, you see a clinic tab. This is the screen you're going to see in there. So you can always message in your care team using the speech button at the top right-hand corner. That's how you ask any questions or get updates and all of that. You'll also see your treatment plan here that has information about your medication and how to take it and all those things. You can track your weight. You can track side effects. You access the content here, and then those group events that I talked about, there's also a button to sign up there for that. So it's all pretty much on the home page of things. But if you are ever having trouble finding something, just know where the chat button is, and your care team can always help you with that. All right, so I like to go over what to expect over the coming months and maybe the coming years while you're here with us. We designed the program with 3 phases. getting started, weight loss, and then maintenance. So the first, just getting started phase lasts a couple weeks to a couple months. And this is when you're going to have your clinical assessment. We're going to recommend a medication for you. We're going to try to work with your insurance to have this conversation about what's going to be covered, what is affordable for you. And then you might begin your treatment plan. But at the same time, you have access to all those other things part of our program. So you do have the Weight Watchers app, you have a lot of content, group events. So definitely encourage you to utilize those while you're waiting for the medication to come through. Then we hit the weight loss phase. So usually it goes up through the 1 year mark. And during the weight loss phase, we're trying to find the lowest effective dose of medication. So we see a safe rate of weight loss, ongoing weight loss month to month. You will be continuing to build those healthy habits, learning skills, connecting with others, finding new recipes. And then the third is maintenance. This is when you've reached your goal weight. Usually this happens at the 1 year mark. And during maintenance, it is important to talk to your clinician about your maintenance plan. So, how do you move forward? Do you stay on medication? Do you want to taper down? Do you want to try a different option? So, check in with your clinician, have those discussions, also check in with your care team for accountability. And we're always going to be there to support you, maybe if you're feeling like you're having a challenging time or hit some sort of plateau or regain. Okay, so let's get started. The first step is deciding what treatment plan is right for you. And treatment plan here does refer to your weight loss medication. We offer 3 types of medications here, and I'm going to go over them kind of on a higher general level, but if you have any specific questions about these, definitely go ahead and ask your clinician. So starting on the left, bupropion naltrexone. This is a combination of 2 oral medications. This is the generic version of Contrave, and this works by targeting the brain. It curbs hunger and also helps with cravings. Metformin in the middle, this is also an oral medication. It improves insulin resistance. It may impact your appetite. And these 2 that I just mentioned are free, included with your membership fee when you're using the mail order pharmacy. Then in the purple, we have GLP-1 agonists. And this is a class of medications. So most of these are going to be injectables, and you may have heard them called by their brand names like Wegovy and Mounjaro and Ozempic, or maybe names like semaglutide and tirzepatide. So these are all the GLP-1s. They work in 2 places in your body, the brain and also the gut, to help with hunger and cravings. And in a nutshell, all 3 of these essentially help you lose weight the same way. Helps you reduce how much you're eating so you have an energy deficit, and that's how the weight comes off. Okay, so selecting that medication, your treatment plan, is one component of being here. And the other is exercising those healthy habits and practicing those things day to day. So while we're incredibly lucky to have these medications as a tool, they can't do it all. So if you're here because you want to feel better, not just lose weight, we really encourage combining both. So really leverage that medication to eat well, eat nutritious foods, be more fit, and have more movement in your life. So you're not going to be just thrown out there to do those healthy habits on your own. That's where the Weight Watchers program comes in. All right, the way to build a habit is to just keep practicing it until it becomes second nature. So your Weight Watchers program is going to help you with that. Use the program to track your progress and find inspiration and guide your day-to-day choices. I'm going to go over the 3 that are available and what we would recommend for you. So the points program is designed for people who need some guardrails about how much to eat. And this is recommended for people who are on metformin, bupropion naltrexone, And some of the GLP-1s like Saxenda and Trulicity, if you're not on a medication yet, Points program is also for you. The diabetes program is designed for people who are living with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, not prediabetes. This is the most appropriate for you. It takes into account foods that can impact your blood sugar. Then we have the GLP-1 program. This is designed for people who are on some of the GLP-1s that are newer to the market, like Zepbound and Wegovy and Mounjaro. And that is because it's designed for anybody who's experiencing a significant appetite suppression from their medication. It helps you prioritize what to eat. Okay, so next I'm going to go over how do you switch from one program to the next. It's all in the settings. So there's an icon in the top left-hand corner. Once you click on that, it'll open a menu of settings. You click on health settings and you can toggle on taking a GLP-1 medication, and it will refresh your program to the GLP-1 program, which is rings-based. You can also toggle that off if you want to go back. So I usually ask this question just for fun. What's the average rate of weight loss that we target per week? And the answer is A. So it's the smallest number. It's 0.5% to 1%. And that might seem like too slow, maybe, but I'd like to go over what that looks like over time. So this graph is just an example of what that percentage of 0.5% to 1% looks like over 6 months. This person lost about 30 pounds in total. And this person also experienced a lot of fluctuations, and I want to take a second to just normalize that. You're going to see the fluctuations. You're going to see the scale go up some days, even if you didn't change a thing from one day to the other. And instead of focusing on that and wondering, what did I do differently? We encourage you to look at your week over week and then month over month progress as well. All right, so this is really important. We encourage you to log your weight at least once per week within the clinic tab. This is how your clinician sees your progress and knows what to prescribe for your next dose. Right now, the clinician doesn't have access to your weight logging on the Weight Watcher side of things, so it is important to log it in the clinic tab. And the clinician is going to look for that gradual weight loss because it's so important to protect you. So we need to protect your lean muscle mass. You want to have good energy and not experience a lot of fatigue. We want to protect your mood and your hair and your skin and your nails. And also very important, your metabolism is going to be protected. So if you do hit a plateau, very common, we can help you move past that. And when you reach your goal weight, it'll be much easier for you to maintain that. So slow, steady truly wins the race here. All right, so what's the secret to being successful for good? And what I mean by that is, yes, I want to achieve these things from weight loss, but also how do I maintain that weight loss over time and not go on to this cycle of I lose weight, I gain weight, I go on a diet, and I go off a diet. So the next slide here shows you a bit of our step-by-step process here, and you can work with your care team to do this. You can do this on your own, but it's just one of the things that we've gained from all of our experience about how can we make a plan and achieve a doable goal and reach your big goal, your big why, step by step over time. So again, if you feel like you need help with doing this, definitely feel free to reach out to us in the chat and we can walk you through it. All right, so I'd like to share with you our approach to nutrition, which is just make healthy eating easier. What are some of the simplest things we can do to add more nutrition into your life? And here's how we think of healthy. Have more nutrient-dense foods more often, so we're getting more nutrition into your body. That includes lean proteins and seafood and fruits and vegetables and fiber. Also, have satisfying portions of these foods so that we're not feeling hungry and deprived, right? So that's really, really important for sustainability. Focus on fueling your body. What supports your energy and fitness needs? A lot of that can be back to food, right? What are some of those quick acting carbs that you can use? Also, have food flexibility. The more rules you have around eating, the harder it is to follow long term. And we want to make sure you're feeling good for the long term. And then it's all about balance. Nothing is off limits. So, this is all in an effort to help you find a sustainable way to eat that you actually enjoy and gets a lot of nutrition into your body. Can you eat this way happily for the rest of your life? It's always a good check in question for yourself. Okay, so this slide goes over some of the nutrition offerings in a nutshell. So, group events, really wonderful place to get started. You don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to, you can just listen. I highly recommend Nutrition 101 and then meal planning if that's something you want tips on. Those are very popular and really great. The registered dietitians are always available through chat, so you can always ask questions. Happy to send you resources as well. And then they also offer personalized visits. So if you see a button that allows you to check for insurance coverage, then that is available in your area. If it's not there yet, then it will be in your area very soon. And then we have the lessons and the guides that can just be really helpful, quick tidbits of information like how do I manage my cravings, or quick and easy meal ideas and sources of protein. Next are some additional offerings in the other parts of your app. So outside of the clinic, there is so much. So, what to eat is one of the tabs that has a ton of content for you to peruse through. Love the recipes. I really enjoy the grocery lists. Lots of tips and tricks here as well. And then connect is a very valuable thing here at Weight Watchers because support and community are so important to keep you going. I really recommend the first group here, Weight Watchers Clinic members. And then if you are on a GLP-1, the GLP-1 program Connect group is really great. All right, and just leave you all with a little bit of encouragement that eating healthy can be enjoyable. We understand that sometimes following a diet can feel really hard and really stressful and just not a great experience. But Weight Watchers, we want to be different, right? We don't want to be a diet. We understand this is your life. This is how you eat. This is how you live. So we are here to just empower you with anything that you might need to achieve your goals here. You have a whole care team, including dietitians behind you, just available in the chat.
And I'll go ahead and cover all the things that are available to you on the fitness side of things. And starting with why should we include exercise into what we're doing? Well, there's a lot of health benefits associated with exercise. So an improved health span is one of them, which just means longevity plus improvements in physical functioning. There's a reduced risk for chronic conditions or chronic condition management too. There are improvements in health-related biomarkers like blood pressure and cholesterol, as well as improvements in mental health. And I think it's important to also focus on what you'll gain throughout this process as you continue to be consistent with exercise. And I say these are some of my favorite member stories where members have been consistent with exercise for the long haul and they start to notice differences in what they're able to do and what they're capable of. And so I normally ask this question too. So imagine if somebody lost 10 pounds, but they were not doing any exercise. Let's say they weren't doing strength training. And the question is, what percentage of that loss is coming from losing muscle? Well, in this case, it's probably going to be in the C range, meaning 2 to 3 pounds out of that 10 pounds is from a loss of muscle. But if somebody is including things like resistance training and doing that 2-3 times per week, that number is going to be a lot closer to A, meaning that you are going to preferentially lose fat when you're losing weight and preserve muscle. So that's one of the reasons why, particularly here, we want you to make sure you have the resources to do things like strength training. Having habitually high levels of physical activity is also really important for weight loss maintenance. And making sure that you break up sedentary time, so not sitting too much, is also really important for appetite regulation which also helps to support weight loss maintenance. Now there's a few things that I want to point you to on the fitness end, but what you're going to do first is on your home screen, go to the fitness tab, and we have 5 different training plans that you can look into. So once you click on there, it's just going to say what best describes how you'll train. And you can select a body weight option, dumbbell option, a fully equipped gym option. You also have walking routines in the aerobics routine bucket. Within the dumbbell routine plan, you also will find chair-based training plans. And this is what that's going to look like is once you click on your training plan, there's just going to be videos right there that you can click and just follow along and play the whole entire video, or do what you feel comfortable with. Maybe that means going through one round of everything. And those get updated every single month. Now you can track these activities as well in the Weight Watchers app. So if you're using the GLP-1 or the Rings plan, you can just type in track activity, followed by WW Clinic and the type of activity that you're doing. And it's the same thing if you're using the points plan. Just go to track activity and you'll find the points, the same exact list of exercises. So just type in the one that's applicable to what you ended up doing. And the fitness team is also available to help you out. A lot of people reach out if they're maybe struggling to get started or struggling to be consistent with exercise. I really recommend looking into the group events tab, specifically the Fitness Goal Setting 101. I think that's a great place to get started. If you're struggling with injuries too, please reach out to your care coordinator, and they're going to get that message over to the fitness team just to make sure that everything feels safe. I will say that our strength training plans are very beginner and very joint friendly. I always show ways to modify the exercises if you have any back, knee, or shoulder pain. So please go ahead and check that out and see if something fits. If it doesn't necessarily fit, just go ahead and reach out. And we want to say thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this orientation session. Rather than typing your questions into the chat, you message your care coordinator and they'll get that right over to us. And just one last reminder, any kind of issues with shortages or pharmacy, you're going to want to contact your care coordinator. And if you have questions with the app, contact Weight Watchers 800-651-6000. And thanks for listening.